Hi everyone, welcome back to another one. This one's going to be a short, really short one. So in light of that, let's do a short joke. Sorry if you're short. Why do you have to explain? Why do you have to explain jokes to short people? Because otherwise it might go over their head. Get it? Okay. So let's take a look at what we're doing today. Today we are going to we're going to simplify more ratios. Okay, we didn't touch on this last time um, because we only looked at, I guess, the simple ones. But today we're going to look at more ratios, especially the ones that involve fractions and decimals. If you have a ratio that has fractions and decimals, that is not fully simplified. Okay, we can simplify it. Basically, we don't want fractions, we don't want decimals because that's not as simple as they can be. All right, they require special care, and so I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that. Okay, so here we've got three examples of um, different ratios, but these have fractions in them, so we want to simplify them. Okay, so the first one here, right, we've got 5 on 7, and we've got 3 on 7. That was a big 7, wasn't it? So we've got 5 on 7 and 3 on 7. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you ever see two fractions and they both have the same denominator, right? That's what you're looking for. I think I spelled denominator wrong, but if you've got the same denominator, we're just going to look at the numerators and that is going to be our ratio, right? It kind of makes sense. If I've got 5/7 to 3/7, the ratio is, well, it's 5 parts of this and 3 parts of the other. So it's just 5 to 3. That's going to be as simple as it can get. So you want the same denominator, then you just take the numerators. Let's see if we can apply that to part B. So part B, we've got 3 to 2 and 2/5. Now here I've got a fraction that is a mixed fraction. I want to make it into improper because that's going to make my life a little bit easier. So let's make that 5 times 2 is 10 plus another 2. It's just 12 over 5. So that there is my mixed numeral. Okay, now with my improper fraction. That's getting closer, but I'm not comparing two fractions yet and they don't have the same denominator. So I'm going to do this special thing here where I can change any whole number into a fraction. I'm just going to put it over 1. Now here I can kind of see, okay, now I need the same denominator. So that means here I'm going to make my denominator into 5 because it's a lot easier to make 1 into 5 than to make 5 into 1. Okay, so if I take a look here, how did I get from 1 to 5? Well, I had to multiply by 5. So what do you think I'm going to do to the numerator to get an equivalent fraction? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm also going to multiply by 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So now I'm left with 15 over 5, and I didn't do anything on the right-hand side, so I'm just going to leave it as 12 over 5. So that means now I just look at the numerators, because I've got the same denominators, right? 5 and 5, that's what we worked for. So now it's just 15 and 12. Now I know that that can be simplified a little bit further. I know my highest common factor. I'll write it down here. Highest common factor here is 3. So I'm just going to divide both sides by 3. So 5 divided by 3 is, well, 15 divided by 3 is 5. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you get 5 to 4. Okay, now for the last one here, let's deal with a decimal. 1.6, 5.6. Now we don't want to deal with decimals, but here's the thing with decimals. We want to make it into a whole number. Okay, now the easiest way to do that is just to multiply both sides by a power of 10. So what I mean by that is we times it by 10, 100, 1,000, or as many as we need. In this case here, because there's only one decimal place, we just have to times it by 10. Right? So because there's only one decimal place on both sides, I'm going to times both sides by 10. Now I can do this because remember 1 to 2 is the same thing as 10 to 20, right? Which is the same thing as 100 to 200. It's the same thing. So I'm just going to change it, move it over a little bit. And this is going to mean 1.6 times 10. I move the decimal place 1 point over to the right. So it's no longer 1.6, it's now 16. And then for the right hand side, it'll be 56. Now here, I think, okay, what's going to be my highest common factor here? What's the number that goes into 16 and 56? It is 8. That's going to be my biggest number. It's just going to help me get to my answer the quickest. So now I divide both sides by 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. And 56 divided by 8 is 7. So now my answer is 7. So as you can see here, I have simplified fully all of my ratios that involve fractions and decimals. Now, if you've stayed till here, I'm going to give you a secret tip. How about that? I'm going to give you a secret tip. Use your calculators, guys. All right, so I'm going to keep this here so you can kind of see it. All right, but if we use our calculators, let me show you what happens. And no, it's not cheating. It's completely fine. If you are ever stuck and you're like, man, I need an easy way to do this, I just want you to go 5 on 7. So this is the same example from before, 5 on 7 to 3 on 7. All I want you to do is just put in your calculator, 5 on 7 divided by 3 on 7. And then you press equals. And what is your answer? What does your calculator put up? 5 over 3. So the way that we write our ratio is boop, 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 5 to 3. Okay, same thing. If I was to go 3 divided by 2 and 2/5, and you just put that into your calculator, guess what answer you get? You're going to get 5 over 4. And so guess what you're going to write as your ratio? It's going to be your top number first, 5, 2, 4, because now your denominator is 4. All right, and same with the last one. I'm just going to go the first number. I'm going to divide it by the second number. So 1.6 divided by 5.6. Right, and that's going to give me an answer of 2 on 7. So what is that going to be as a ratio? Going to be 2.7. Okay, so I've taught you both ways. If you've stayed to the end and you watch this part, good on you. You now have the tip. You now have the easy way. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Bye.